Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's your man Earl, and I need to settle myself down here because I'm excited about the information that I'm going to share with you today. Let's get right to it. CEO scriptures on you.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 6. In all your ways obey him, then he will make your path smooth and straight.
This afternoon's, this morning's information is simply one thing. What is the one thing that you can do to immediately change your life in 30 days? And we're talking financial life. What is the one thing that you can do to change your life emotionally, change your life spiritually, change your life financially, change your parenting, change your marriage, change you as an individual, your self image, change your mentality? What is the one thing that you can do that will immediately change your life in 30 days? And I should send you my cash app for this one. The number one thing that you can do to change your life in 30 days is read. You say, Earl, why are you being cool, calm, and relaxed? Because if I'm not careful, I'll start yelling and screaming, because this is the kind of stuff that when I found this out in my 20s, I said, reading for school is one thing. Reading for self-interest is a whole different ballgame. When you read for school, you're doing the minimum. If you were like me, I was a below average high school student, didn't care about school, barely graduated from high school, didn't care about college until I wanted to play basketball in college, and I barely skated through, did the minimum. But then when I got to college and I learned how to study, then I learned how to read, I graduated on the president's list. Had the president's list and the dean's list. My two final semesters, I believe it was. You say, Earl, what changed? Number one, I started reading, meaning I started reading for what I wanted to get out of reading. I was not simply reading because somebody told me to. Well, Brother Earl, translate that for us in today's language. Listen, if you want to become successful, if you want to become wealthy, if you want to become, we talked about it yesterday, authentic in whatever you are pursuing, if you want to change from who you are into who you want to become, you must discipline yourself to start reading. Earl, I'm not sold yet. Okay, let me give you some quick truth, some statistics that's going to blow your mind about reading. Here's the first one. When you start to read, and if you read consistently, over your learning curve, which I don't know what that is. If you're a slow learner, still the same. If you're a fast learner, still the same. If you are a systematic learner, still the same. If you are a person with a photographic memory, still the same. And that's why I say within your learning curve, because everybody learns differently. And this is why I say this. So within your learning curve, you can increase your income 2.3 times. So whatever you're making right now, I'm going to say it again. Whatever you're making right now, times that by 2. That's right. Now you understand why I took upon reading very differently once I learned what it can really do for you and your family and your children and your business and your ministry and your mentality and your ideology and your walk with God. The list goes on and on and on. You can grow by 2.3 times on average. So let's make it easy. You can double whatever you're making. If and when you start to discipline yourself to read. Earl, that's not enough. I need some more truth. I'm glad you asked. Are you ready for this? 86% of people who are considered wealthy read and or listen to on audio 2 books per month. I'm going to say it again. 86% of people who are considered wealthy read and or listen to 2 audio books per month. Earl, I don't care about wealthy because wealthy is relative. That's right, it's relative. But let me throw some numbers out there. To be wealthy, and this is as of April 2023, to be wealthy means that you have a base annual income of between $500,000 and $819,000. What? What'd you say, Earl? See, I gotta settle myself down. See, now you're beginning to understand why I do what I do. Because when you have dreams, goals, and aspirations, you're trying to get to a particular place financially because you want to take care of your family, take care of your kids, take care of your wife, take care of your husband, take care of your parents, take care of your grandparents, take care of ministry. And so you're not begging for money everywhere you go to preach at. You're self-sustaining. You have a ministry that's self-sustaining. So therefore you can preach the truth and speak the truth and not worry about the offering. See, now you understand the psychology behind why people do what they do. You have to break free of the money trap so you're not controlled by the money trap. So 86% of wealthy people, people who make between $500,000 and $800,000 a year, read and or listen to 2 audiobooks per month. That's the average. Okay? That's the average. So the higher that number of wealth, the more successful things people do. You've heard me say this, and I'm going to say it again. Success leaves clues. You don't have to try to reinvent the wheel. Find out what successful people do and go do what they do within your industry. Here's the one that floors me, and I'm going to leave you alone after this. And we're talking about, listen, episode 144 on the calendar, May 24th. What's the one thing that you can do to change your life in 30 days? Listen, there was a study done out of 1,200 wealthy people. Once again, who are we talking about? People who make between $500,000 and $800,000 a year. 1,200 people, based upon their annual income. There was a study that was completed. There was a study that was done, past tense, did, present tense, okay? And these financial planners polled their clients and said, listen, what do you do? What are your habits? What's your routine? You ready for this? 100% of the 1,200 people that were polled said they all read monthly. I'm going to say it again. There was a study that was completed. There was a study that is ongoing. There's a study that was done, past tense, of 1,200 wealthy people. How do I define wealth? And I'm repeating myself on purpose so you can get to understand why reading is so crucial. $500 to $800,000. These are what these people were making annually. This was completed by a group of financial planners. They polled all their clients and said, listen, anybody who is considered wealthy, I want to know, what are your habits? I want to know, what do you do in your spare time? I want to know what's your rituals. 100% of the 1,200 wealthy people polled, and I'm not going to mention the financial planner, I'm not going to mention the company. Why? Because they're not paying me. I just want you to get the truth of the matter. You want to change your life, start reading. You want to change your life, get the audiobooks out. I'm old school. I prefer reading. I like to write, scratch up, make notes within the books. The new generation, you may not like that. That's fine. But you want to change your life in 30 days? Start reading. Start reading. Okay? And if you want to leapfrog your peers and your competition in business and your peers on your career job, start reading journals, periodicals, and books that are within your industry. That's how you leapfrog. You jump right over people intellectually, not egotistically, intellectually. I should send you my Cash app for that one. This your man Earl. 144 on the calendar. What's the one thing that you could do that'll change your life in 30 days? The number one thing you can do is start reading. Wealthy people read. Wealthy people read. I'm going to say it again. Wealthy people read. Well, let me give you this secret. People who have a relationship with the Most High God, they read also. And I'm going to let that simmer. Because you can't claim to know somebody if you don't read about who they are. Let he who have ears hear what thus saith the Lord. God bless you. God keep you. This your man Earl, episode 144. What's the one thing that you can do that'll change your life in 30 days? Pick up a book. God bless you. God keep you. Peace.